It was a distracted driver that hit and killed Ralph Finneran.
Since his death 8 years ago, his wife Judith has been trying to toughen laws against distracted drivers. But tonight she shares her frustration with a system that hands down punishments but no enforcements. Here's Defender Karen Drew.
A white spray-painted bike on Giddings Road right outside of the GM plant in Orion Township symbolizes a life lost. The life of 57-year-old Ralph Finneran, a husband, a father.
Usually once a week he rode his bike to work.
Judith is Ralph's widow. She remembers that July 27th of 2011 like it was yesterday.
And I remember getting up, he said goodbye to me, so I got up a few hours later.
She went to work expecting to see Ralphie, as she liked to call him, when she got home later that night.
Pulled in the driveway. Usually that door's open and my dog would be standing there to greet me. The door was closed. And I'm like, well, maybe, he got off work late and he's gonna call, wants me to pick him up. And the phone rang. Your husband's been in an accident. He's bleeding from his head and unresponsive.
By the time Judith could get to the hospital, Ralphie was dead. Later, this man, Brett Kaufman, was convicted of a moving violation causing death in the case. Judith remembers seeing Kaufman in court.
I was angry. You're a killer. I saw him, his mom and dad were with him, and it kind of made me feel some compassion at the moment.
Brett Kaufman sentenced 15 days in jail, 2 years probation, and to pay $200 a month directly to Judith until he paid her $90,000. Documents stating the matter may be reviewed at any time if defendant Kaufman fails to make timely payments.
He was to pay me $50 a week until it was paid.
What does that $50 mean to you each week?
I feel like when he has to write that check, he's remembering what he did.
According to court records, Kaufman did make payments to the widow while he was on probation, but after he got off of probation in 2014, the payments stopped. This non-payment of restitution paperwork shows he still owes the widow more than $85,000.
Yep, and nobody wants to take control of that. I've called the Oakland County prosecutor. That's why I'm talking to another lawyer now. They're like, well, does he have the money?
When the defenders contacted the court, we were told it was up to Judith to try and collect the unpaid restitution. I tried tracking Kaufman down from his old addresses in Clio and Davison, but he has since moved on with his life, while this widow's life is shattered.
I would love to see a stricter punishment, the law changed for people who do this.
Judith still has the bike Ralphie was riding when he was hit.
Why do you keep the bike?
Interesting question. I'm not ready to get rid of it yet, but I've been thinking about it.
As for her future, she doesn't know what she'll do.
I pictured us probably like a lot of couples do in their rocking chairs as they age and the grandchildren, so it's hard.
Karen Drew reporting there. We did reach out to the court to get a comment on the fact that paperwork stated if Kaufman did not make the payments, the case could be reviewed again, but a spokesperson for 52nd District Court would not go on camera.